Hi, everyone. Happy holidays. Thanks for joining us for the Facebook Live for your Feng Shui journey. And today, by the way, this is Pearl and this is Javier. They're my family. And I hope everyone's going to have a nice holiday if you're here in the States, or I think also they celebrate in Canada. So I wanted to talk today a little bit about Feng Shui and the holidays. So I'm actually going to be visiting my family in Los Angeles on this holidays, this Thanksgiving holiday here in the US. And hang on one second. And I don't go home for Christmas, and I don't know if you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or other celebrations at the end of the year, but this is often like a time that I think is meant to be a little bit relaxing, but sometimes it ends up being a little bit stressful. One meditation teacher said something really interesting and funny. She was saying that how we all seem to be so enlightened until we spend like a whole weekend with our families, right? So they can often create like a stressful and exhausting situation rather than what we kind of donk want like the holidays to be, or think the holidays should be, because we somehow feel like the holidays should be about celebration and rest. And it can be, but sometimes the family element, no matter how well we get along with our families, still can bring up stress and exhaustion and difficulty. So I wanted to share some Feng Shui concepts that can help you to have some tools in your toolbox this holiday season. So in Feng Shui, there's a area of the Feng Shui Bagua map. Let me grab the Bagua map here. So I think most of you are familiar with the Bagua map. And there's lots of different areas. And one of them, this green one right here, which I've called New Beginnings, it's called Jun in Chinese, and it relates to not only new beginnings, but the idea of family. So what else would be great to work with during the holiday season is how to create more harmony in the family. So no matter how well your family gets along, I don't think it hurts to have a little bit more harmony in the home. So you can activate this area of the Feng Shui map either in your bedroom or in your home, and that'll help your family as a whole, meaning not just the people in your home, but the people in your friend family, in your biological family, in your extended family. It really deepens that connection in a positive way to work with it, and also to work with that and activate that area with the intention that you want to create more harmony in the home. So one thing that I actually personally have in my home in the New Beginnings area is it's a string that has a three-dimensional image. In my case, it's like these little cloth-like figurines or little charms of all of the Chinese zodiac animals, so all 12 of the animals, and they're usually strung in order. Usually we start with the rat because that's officially like the first animal in the Chinese zodiac. And the idea is that the Chinese zodiac represents all the different facets of our personalities and all the variations and all the complexity with all the different people that we meet, all the people in our family, and even within ourselves, because we have a little bit of all of that in us. Just like with the 5 elements, you don't just relate to one element. You want to have a balance of all the elements. And similarly with the Chinese zodiac, there's actually, like in the 4 pillars, there's 4 pillars in the Bazu, like meaning that you have your year animal, like mine is dragon, and then you have a month animal, and then you have a day animal and an hour animal. So anyway, what I'm getting at is the diversity of all the characteristics and all the different types of people and situations that we engage with in the world. It's somewhat encompassed in all of these archetypes of the Chinese animal. So to have this charm, which has all the animals strung together on a string, it creates a feeling of harmony, and it creates energetically a feeling of harmony in your home and in your family. Because if you put in your family area with the intention that you want to create harmony in your family, that all of the different personalities and all of the difficult, non-difficult, everything is included and together and in harmony. So that is one way that you can activate the new beginnings area of your home, especially during this season of the holidays. And another way that you can do that is you can add a living green plant to your home, because this area of new beginnings and family is actually related to wood element, and a living green plant actually adds more wood element, and it adds more growth. And you think about, like, a plant grows from seed, and it's cultivated in the dark, and from that dark emerges new life, right? And that seed contains within it all of the potential. And so, and also, with the plant, you can do all you want to do. You can take care of the plant really well, but you can't push it. You can't force it to grow faster than it will. It takes time. And similarly with family relationships, you start with the seed, you start with the intention of what you want, which is maybe to have more harmony, have more understanding, have more connectedness within the family. And then you give it time to grow, because you can't force it. But if you give the right amount of attention and the right amount of care, and you water it, and you have that focus, then you can create something beautiful and grow something new within your family sphere. So that's one recommendation. Another recommendation I can offer is space clearing. So holidays, we're always like, a lot of us are traveling at this time. In fact, I'm flying to Los Angeles on Thursday with the puppies, and I'll be flying a lot. Actually, I just travel a lot for work. But so holidays are a time when you gather with your friends and family. So then we either people are coming to see us, or we're having more parties, or people are more get-togethers. And so either more people are coming to our home, or we're going more to other people's homes. And one great thing to do is to carry around with you. What I do is I carry around with me a spray, the Holistic Spaces spray, the Palo Santo spray, and then also, sorry, it's really small. This is one I keep at my desk, and a stick of Palo Santo as well, because it's a really light and beautiful smell. It's not like sage, where it's really heavy and dark, and people may not appreciate you using sage in their home, because maybe it smells like marijuana. I don't know. Anyway, but everybody seems to like Palo Santo. It just smells really delicious, and it's also very light for me, that I feel like it's very easy to use on like a daily basis or regularly. So that's why I have this little guy that I've been currently going through at my desk. So I always kind of sage in the morning to come up with a fresh space. I also clear off my desk. But so when you go into either, like, whether you're going to your childhood bedroom, or if you go to stay at some family or friend's home, or if you go to a hotel, or someone comes and stays with you, a really good tool to have in your toolkit at this time, since there's a lot of that happening, is to have like Palo Santo spray, which we have on the Holistic Spaces store, and or you can carry Palo Santo with you, or you can also use diffuse sweet orange essential oil, which I also have a spray on a room mist on my website. Or you can simply purchase some oranges and peel the oranges, and that beautiful smell that comes from the orange peel as you peel the orange can brighten and clear the space. So again, this is really important, especially if you had like people staying with you and they're like, it's been too much. You know, at some point you're like, oh, I've had people coming in and out. And so you really want to have your home be your home and kind of clear out that energy from the other people, and vice versa. Like if you're staying somewhere, it's nice to kind of, like in a hotel room, you don't know who's been there. You just want to start with a fresh slate. So again, you can get fresh oranges and use orange peels, which is really life affirming and bright and happy energy in Feng Shui. And then Palo Santo is just one I love to use. And both of those come in spray form, in a room mist form, like from various people. And I also sell them on my website. And by the way, I'm just going to do a little plug for myself, is that my Holistic Spaces store is having a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale that just started. So everything's 30% off, and we've never done that before. We've never given anything more than 10%. So be sure to take advantage of that. And again, I have these, I don't have it with me, but it's in the other part of the room. But it's a little travel size spray that's travel friendly. It's under 2 ounces. I think it's 2 ounces, so it's good to fly with. And I have like a travel bag because I travel so much of just everything I just travel with, and that's one of those things. So the last, let me just check if there's any questions. No, there's no questions, but I see Tess is here. Hi, Tess. Hi, Laura. And hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining us. So let's see, for the third point I wanted to offer is, especially during Thanksgiving, and as we move into the new year soon, it's a time to be grateful and thankful for all the love and support that we've received. And one really important thing to remember, and this comes from many different traditions, including the Buddhist lineage or Buddhist traditions and the BTB Feng Shui, is that the more that you give, the more you receive. And actually, there's a Japanese saying that there's no giver and there's no receiver. So that's a koan, or like that's something a phrase that you can contemplate. But whenever you receive, you should always give, and whenever you give, you will receive. It's just kind of the law of the universe. And I've been thinking a lot about the idea of patronage and tithing, actually, and so that might trigger some things with people. And I've noticed lately that something that's been coming up a lot for me is this idea of poverty mentality. Not that I really, I mean, everyone I think has a little bit of poverty mentality. I think I've really, I don't really think I have this issue, but I see it in a lot of people, and it makes me like almost a little bit angry, because I feel like, oh wow, like if you only knew, like if you didn't hold on so tight, you could just receive so much more. And I know I have a very fortunate life, but I've created it by my generosity and by my patronage and by now I'm going to be tithing. And that doesn't mean like you have to give 10% to church, because maybe you don't go to church, and I don't go to church, but it's about, I think, giving away some of what you receive. And yeah, it does mean financially, and that pushes a lot of people's buttons, but to be able to give what you receive, and like I'm saying, financially, and sharing that and letting that go and being able to share that with people, because there's often a lot of people that talk about, like, for instance, oh, Feng Shui, I can't do Feng Shui is so expensive, it's not within my reach. Or we even get people who, I don't know. I mean, there's always people who are going to say, like, I can't afford that. And sometimes I see that too. And then I stop and I correct myself and say, no, I could save up money to do it. Like, but it's just that I'm choosing not to use my money or my energy that way. And that's all that money is, energy. And so what I'm getting at is that during this holiday season, really think about having gratitude for all the support, all the patrons, and all the benefactors that you've had in your life. And then I'd really push everyone to consider, like, how can you give more? And I would really push yourself to think about it financially too, because a lot of Feng Shui is about looking at, like, how does our poverty mentality hinder us in this world, and how does that extend beyond just finances and into, like, how we may be putting ourselves in an impoverished place spiritually or mentally or emotionally. And then if we flip it, like, how are we showing up in the world financially? How is our energy manifesting? How is our abundance manifesting in the world? Because one way it does is through finance. So anyway, what I'm getting at is also find a place to donate to, like, or if you're donating already, like I'm a member of the Reuben Museum. I upped my donation this year. At my Buddhist center, I'm going to give a offering. I also give my parents some money every month, and I've upped that as well. So, just the more, I promise you, the more that you give, the more that you receive. In the end, the more you hold it tighter to yourself, that's all you'll have. Everything that you just hold to yourself will just stay there, and you won't receive anything more. All right, so that's my 3 suggestions and reminders for the holiday season. And I see there's a couple of questions, so let me see if they're appropriate to answer. So can you please spell the name of the smudge stick you just showed us? Okay, Amy, it's Palo Santo. And what I will do is, it's Palo, I'll put it in the chat, Palo Santo. And later at the end, I'll send a link to, it keeps putting someone's name here, Santo. I will put a link to where you can purchase it from my website if you like. And then as we start to decorate for the, Tess is asking, as we start to decorate for the holidays, is there an area of the Bagua you suggest for tree placement? And Laura wrote back, in the center, not verge. I don't know what verge means. Laura, what do you mean by verge? I haven't really thought about that before, because I actually also promote not buying cut trees, because I think it's really sad to cut the trees down just for Christmas trees, and I really recommend, like a faux tree or a living tree or something. But I don't know, maybe, Laura, we can think about that, like maybe next week when we do another Feng Shui, a Facebook Live, maybe we can talk more about holiday decorations or something and consider that. Okay, so, okay, Laura was just saying, Laura suggested in the center. So I haven't really thought about that, so I'll think about it, and maybe Laura will talk about it next week, or maybe I'll talk about the week after. Okay, well, thank you all for your time, and Pearl says goodbye. Ciao. And Javier says, ciao, ciao. Okay, thanks, bye.